kind of a short 10-minute stream because I got to get ready to go to church. I got to wash my hair and stuff like that and get dressed. And we know that that is a thing to do when you go to Mass. Anyway, talk a little bit about kind of the conversation I had with Troy last night. And it was very interesting when you start thinking about what's really going on and everything and how people tend really to form their own narrative, not based on anything, but their own perceptions and their emotions, which you shouldn't do because emotions are irrational and you're not going to get anywhere doing that. But you know, whatever. I was brutally honest. I mean, I put up a thing saying if you don't like it in the community page, it's too bad for you. I don't want to get involved in any of the bullshit and the drama in the fandom because it always seems like it's always happening and it's always, literally always the same people causing it or being part of it. It's like, no. Anyway, I went through the Reddit, the second Reddit leak, and weirdly how it connected Jason Ward to Pablo, and how it mentions the fact that they were thinking about doing a Ray TV streaming and a Finn TV streaming. It sounds a lot, what this leak was, is I really think it was somebody on Kennedy's side putting this out there, throwing Pablo under the bus and connecting him with Jason Ward, which is probably true. Okay. Jason had some interesting information that came out. And there could only be a few people at Lucasfilm that would know some of it, and some of it meaning somebody like Hidalgo in that area. It's very interesting when you look at that leak because it's not, it confirms a lot of stuff, but it also denies a lot of stuff. Like, there's no Civil War at Lucasfilm. What happened to Gina Carano pretty much is the direct, conclusive evidence that yes, there is a war or was a war at Lucasfilm. Okay? So, don't lie. Don't lie. Okay? If I was a judge and the person putting that up there said that and had no real proof, and the prosecuting attorney brought up the case of Gina Carano, I'd say, then why was she fired or not, or basically told they don't want her around anymore when it didn't come from Jon Favreau? Okay? I mean, these are the things about that leak that just make you go, and you wonder where it came from. I think it did come from Kennedy's side. I think where, you know, I am starting to dig into certain people's friends on Twitter and things. Because if I see a connection between Jason Ward and certain people, I'm going to call them out. I'm going to call them out. I don't care who they are. If I see their colleagues or connected in any way, shape, or form, I'm calling them out. All right? Because no one put more disinformation and bullshit out there to hurt the fandom than he did. And what's going on right now? There's a bunch of mealy-mouthed, inconclusive rumors with no direct evidence, no, circumstantial evidence that says anything about Kennedy staying, okay? I think Bob Chapek is smart enough to know that Kennedy's got to go. The fans don't like her. And I wouldn't doubt that some of the big or if not all the big investors told him, we don't know. No, she's not a serious filmmaker. She doesn't, because she's not. She's not. If Kojak, stop it, okay? Come on, man. Settle down. He's pawing me. He's very cute, though. You can't be a serious filmmaker and a serious storyteller, and then have it all be about you. See his ears? Those are his ears. That's how big he is. I wish he was small enough that I could pick him up on my lap like he was. Anyway, he's under the island now. So, yeah, he's after me. He's after me. You're after me, buddy, huh? So this is gonna be status quo. I think the rest of our lives together because he doesn't want me talking to you guys. He doesn't. Do you? Want to say hi? Want to say hi? Kojak, say hi. Say hi. So that's him. That's the man right there. The Cantina mascot. I should have T-shirts with him on it. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I don't see them. I don't see the series people at Disney wanting her to be there, and this is why I pretty sure she's done. And like last night, I noticed a couple of the bigger channels were raging about her staying with no proof, no evidence. Again, fanboy rage porn. Okay, I don't truck with it. I don't hang out with those people. I have unsubbed from them. I don't care what they do. I mean, just recently the drama going on is like, really? It's ridiculous. Are we supposed to be adults? Oh wait, no. We you get to have over 100,000 subscribers and you don't have to act like an adult now. Okay, I get it. So no, I don't. The reason why is because they're not objective. When you're looking at what's going on, you have to be objective. I said this last night on Troy Pacelli's channel, and I've said this before. The world has changed since 2012. It has changed since last year this time. It has changed in the last 5 years. Okay, so saying things are going this way when obviously they're not, it's rigid thinking. It's not acknowledging actual reality, and it's basically shaping a narrative that's convenient for your point of view, which is fine, but it doesn't get anywhere. Where do you get with that? Where do you get with that? You don't get anywhere with that. And I see a lot of people doing that. I don't, jumping on Jon Favreau because he said one nice thing about Kathy Kennedy. The people doing that don't understand professionals have to live in a certain mode, okay? He can't, Jon Favreau, A, had to say something about her, B, had to give her some props because that's what a professional does, okay? Now, I know there are lots of people out there, Stig Johansson, OG Star Wars gal, and others that don't understand that. They literally do not understand that. That's fine. But you're wrong. Okay? Bob Chapek, talking about how great she is, was being professional. He was caught flat-footed. He was not prepared for that question during the first earnings call. And he's not going to say she's shitty and we're firing her. Is that what you wanted? You thought, there are people out there that honestly thought he was going to say that. He can't say that. And by the way, he couldn't fire her. apparently because of her contract. She would raise hell, okay? It would end up being wham bullshit. And it would reignite the Me Too dumpster fire, okay? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And she's already causing him trouble. Because I honestly do believe this whole thing with Scarlett Johansson, I wouldn't doubt that she's also egging it on. That they're doing an Avengers tag team on him. It's not gonna work. I don't believe. And the reason why is because they don't have the big shareholders with them. The shareholders like a Kevin Feige, Kathy Kennedy, like this. What have you done for me lately, baby? That's what they're thinking, okay? They're not, if you're a money person, ideology is nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Okay, so even if they're liberals, their bottom line is more important than anything else. Okay, and when I mean liberal, I mean left-wing fascist goon. Okay, their bottom line is the only thing that matters. Okay, you're going to see a lot of people like Feige, Kennedy, slowly disappear from Hollywood, and I think the media. From time to time you hear that Mark Zuckerberg pissed off the shareholders. Wake up tomorrow morning and find out they fired him. Jeff Bezos left the Amazon board. All right? I mean, and if you had bought 1,000 shares of Amazon 15 years ago, when it first went public, you'd be a gajillion bajillionaire. Okay? Just like with Apple. If you bought Apple shares back in 1980, when it went public, the money you would have would be you could basically run your own country. You really could. The people that worry about the stock prices are the ones that count. And in this, Hollywood and other media entities like Jack Dorsey at Twitter, they're going to find out. If you do not perform, you're gone. Now, Twitter bragged about a bunch of new Twitter, subscriptions. I'm like, they're probably bots. How many are real? Because you can't ever tell. You can never tell with that. But we'll see. Anyway, and that's another thing that the people who believe Sutton and want to believe Sutton, need to believe Sutton, don't take into account the money. They can sit there and do video after video after video of merchandise that doesn't sell, yet they honestly think that Disney's not going to get rid of, that Kennedy is coming back. I look at it because I know where Chapek came from, and I know I've looked into the guys that run these hedge funds, and they look at that aspect and go, why aren't we selling these? Because the fans don't like it. It's kind of like, I'll give you an example. It's kind of like when that reporter from Deseret News interviewed Jason Ward because they're friends. And Jason was saying, no, they're not going to wreck on the ST, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Jason, this is why I don't trust any of these journalists. When they take people like Jason Ward or Mike Zero for real, for actual newsworthy guys. Okay, it's like, no. The reason simply is this. it makes that reporter at Deseret News look like a scumbag. Okay, because Jason Ward's a scumbag. It makes the was it the Express that talks to Mike Zero makes the Express look exactly like what it is, a piece of shit tabloid. Okay, they're not. That's not news. Interviewing someone like Jason Ward is not news. Now, if the reporter from Deseret News would have asked him about the underage girls and all the shenanigans that went on there and why he ended up getting kicked out of his house by his wife, that would actually be worthy of news. All right, but no. Asked him about a rumor and he, made it a statement. Then you go and you see a rumor that's on Reddit basically saying he was getting all of his crap from Pablo. And then Pablo on Twitter to the world says what he says about after 20 years, I don't have any plans, and any plans in particular, and I don't know what hers are. Her being Kennedy. Where in the world does anybody think Jason Ward gets his information anymore? All right, the guy has been run out of Dodge. All right, there used to be a cabal of shell channels. Steele Saunders, Jason Ward at Making Star Wars, and his creepy little ex-wife, Amanda. Star Wars Explained, that weird couple. Hello, Greedo. And if I'm missing any, and they got inside information. Why? Because they were all kissing the story group's ass. Here's the deal. It's not Kathleen Kennedy talking with Jason Ward and Lin-Wen Brennan and Dave Filoni. It's Pablo. It's the story group. It's Matt Martin. Okay? That's where a lot of that shit came from. All right? And I'm going to, there's something about the Reddit leak that, I've had so many theories about that thing. But the first one came out looking like it came right off of Kennedy's desk. Okay. Second one came out looking like it was specifically going after Alan Horn for actually asking pertinent questions. Grandma Fidalgo, yeah, you're right there. Alan Horn ends up in this instance looking like the hero we needed. And then singling out Pablo and Jason. Now, if Jason Ward is behind this, he's trying to play 4D chess. He's not doing it, okay? Or maybe Pablo himself put that out there. All right. But to me, it looks like they're getting blamed for stuff that they had. I've said this before, I'll say this again. When Pablo says, I didn't have anything to do with the movies, I imagine him sitting at a coffee shop with Rian Johnson, looking at Tumblr and trying to find fan fiction they could copy. Because Rian Johnson spent an entire year writing the script to The Last Jedi with the story group up in San Francisco. So the idea that Pablo didn't have anything to do with any of the movies is bull fucking shit. Okay? Bullshit. It's all just very, this is all very weird. It's just, and this is why the Mike Sutton rumor just crumples. It just crumples. Because it looks like it came from people who don't really want the truth to come out. They want people to believe that everything's hunky-dory, that, everything's, sunshine and unicorn farts. Our bit of evidence, and it is direct evidence, is what happened to Gina. And Gina's saying all that shit started inside the story group, inside Lucasfilm. Kennedy's people. Kennedy doesn't have any power over the Favreverse, but she can fuck with the people that are involved. Okay, and even if she's basically Queen Elizabeth, you know, a figurehead, literally, for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, she can still fuck with Jon Favreau. Okay, so if anybody honestly thinks that she's just gonna be there not doing anything, that's bullshit. Now, that being said, she caught Chapek and Iger both flat-footed again with this Carano mess. She did the same thing last year with Leslie Headland. Okay, they didn't know she was going to have that woman come in and develop that piece of shit, never to be seen show. They didn't know that. They were shocked as anybody. They weren't. When you look at the press for The Acolyte, it's barely mentioned. All right, they want it to go away. Then Kennedy turns around and shits all over Jon Favreau. And, hey, Lady Toriel, how you doing? I hope you're doing okay. Toriel is in the house. And I gotta go in a few minutes. But the thing about it simply is this. She crossed the line with Gina. That's when all of the shit hit the fan. The fan ratio on the Oscars thing, and no one saw that coming. No. No one saw that coming. And it started to roll downhill. The story group is pissed off because no one gives two shits for the High Republic. They get upstaged by not only this and this, they got upstaged by Heart of the Jedi, a book we still don't know who was behind the printing. And Doomcock had a rumor that it was Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni that were behind it. Okay, great. That's great. I hope so. That's good. Thinking about you, kid. You know, I mean, this shit started then. But anyway, look, I got to get ready to go. Mass starts at 4, so, and I want my parking spot. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I will be in the chat for Echo Base tonight, and I probably won't be on very long because I'm really tired. Because if you guys want to go watch the discussion with Troy Pacelli, I was on with him last night. So it's just Troy Pacelli, that's the channel, go look. And I will see you guys around the galaxy. Bye.